Hi everyone, welcome to our Cancer reading for April 2021. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, as always. Many of you are just intuitively guided to the readings, and you may not have that sign in your chart. Just your spirit guides nudging you. Probably means you have a message. Well, it doesn't mean you have a message here. Trust in that, and thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Some of you are in love with a Cancer, and one of the most lovable signs, no doubt. So, if that's your reason, again, your spirit guides know that you're here. Maybe even nudged you a little bit. So, just be open. That's all I ask in my readings. Be open. This is very intuitive. Of course, we'll take in the card's meaning. We'll take that in consideration. But I also connect with my guides as much as I can. Alright, guys. We're going to start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. And we're going to take one or two, whatever wants to come out. And then we'll read it at the end, and you've heard me say this, but I feel like, I don't know, it just blows my mind every time, even if it's not my sign. So I don't know how it couldn't blow your mind, you know what I mean? And I've been doing this for such a long time. Okay. Just calm myself. Okay, well, that's too many. Grace. This has been coming up quite a few people for it's funny, I see this big gigantic bird outside my window right now in the tree, and I can't tell what kind of bird it is. I see the trees budding. Wow. It's funny, I didn't notice that before. Anyway, when I do reading, a lot of times, I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, grace. This is a beautiful energy. This is composure within yourself. We're in a universal year 5, and 5 carries the energy of grace, right? Also carries the energy of change. But to do it is, I think that's our purpose in life, is to move through it as gracefully as possible, right? Kind of like burning no bridges. And as I say that, I think, well, that's a hard task to take on, but maybe that's the energy we need to reach. This says, I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. Could talk about someone's self-worth system right now. In that energy of feeling conscious of everything you don't like about yourself. And grace is the opposite, right? It is finding all that is right with yourself. Okay, we're going to bring in the Tarot of Dreams. And let's begin. Remember, time is fluid. This is going to be released for April. However, maybe you don't see it till June. that's just the right time for you. We have the Strength card. Card of Leo, your neighbor. Look at this with the Empress. This is beautiful energy. It's like you can't push this Cancer around anymore. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is really beautiful energy, guys. And let me tell you why, what I'm feeling right now. Let's start with the Strength card before we take any more cards. This is about, you know, the ability to overcome what feels like the beast within you. That can be temptations. That can be my anger, my reaction to something. That could be whatever it is. This is about, and you know why? Because in this energy, it's the remembrance of, you know, that your spirit within this human form. And not only that, but you have a whole spiritual team who's assigned just to you. Just to you. You know, and how unique you are to divine, you know, in divine's eyes, let's just say. So anyways, this is the ability to overcome something. Now why? Well, it's a number 8, and 8 talks about a new beginning. You know, 5 talks about change, and 8 talks about a new beginning. So, there may be something in that. And then we move into the Empress energy. So as I overcome whatever life has thrown at me, I become wiser. The Empress is someone who's very wise. She's very loving. She's very nurturing. She's very strong. She is abundant. She is, you know, it's interesting because I feel like this is how you're moving along. And becoming the Empress. And then in that Empress energy is the energy next of creating. And whatever it is that you create, your uniqueness to it, right? So it's the importance. And, you know, sometimes it's about worrying about my work and not other people's. Putting my energy in my own craft. And, you know, I feel like this is saying, for some of you, it may be, let's just say you wanted to learn how to read tarot, and you want to start your own YouTube channel. So what you did, which is something I did, I started watching other YouTube readers, other tarot readers, and all kinds of different styles out there, right? And I have to say, in the beginning, because, you know, you find those few that it's just like, okay, I resonate with them. I always feel like, okay, that, you know, clearly they're part of my soul tribe. Whether I ever meet them physically on this planet or not, you know, they're doing their job and I'm doing mine. Anyway, you know, so then you start to put energy into your craft. But then you're, you know, what's the word I'm trying to look for? I think I know some of you are shouting it out. You know, like you respect their work, but you don't want to copy their work. And I don't mean that as in you are a copycat. More what I really mean is it's like you're being guided that in the way that you bring it to the world is exactly the way it's supposed to be, right? It's great to pick up pointers here and there, but I feel like you got to trust yourself. And because, you know, it is your energy that's unique to this, whatever it is. But I feel like she is creating. I feel like she is giving birth to something. I mean, she's literally holding a baby. And this baby is enlightened, illuminated, But there's an abundance around her too. So, right, I feel like this is about you giving birth to something. If you open up the energy within, working on oneself. I also feel 8 is about self, right? Self-created, whether it's a self-created business or self-created fear, that type of thing. Okay, well, let's get some more cards. Interesting when I get it just out of those 3 cards. The Empress is also the mother. What's that song I'm thinking of? I can dun 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 dun. Bring home the bacon too. Put it in a frying pan. Oh, I forget the song I'm thinking of. Could be talking to you hardworking mothers out there, right? You have children. But I feel like what it's saying is you're figuring out that giving yourself that time to create or work, whatever it is also an important part of you. Because certainly I'm not just talking to females. This can be male or female. It's the energy of the Empress, and that just means that she's the very creative one, let's just say. Okay, we have the Palace of Swords. So Palace of Swords, this is like where potentially you it's like where you are, the energy that's around you. So swords, it tells me that the Empress is giving birth to something after this period of overcoming. Maybe there's like real realizations, right? The Empress gets to be the Empress because she has walked those paths. She has taken on those challenges, and she's failed like the rest of us, but she got back up. And she figured it out. I'm feeling a lot of earth coming from her right now. And that can talk about finances. I'm not sure. Anyways, excuse me. Swords tells me that for some of you, this is about communication. And what you have to say is unique. Whether it be in, you speaking it, you writing it, doing a podcast. I feel like it's important. And listen, what might you be talking about? Well, I have a feeling some of the experiences that you had. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have the Chariot. Beautiful. So, Cancer. And I feel it's funny. They are the neighbors. There's Leo and Cancer. So, that tells me how close you are to someone. Some of you. I'm sure it's not everyone. Or maybe I had to overcome my neighbor. Anyways, the Chariot's about to me a reward, right? And it's interesting that the Palace of Swords is here because in the Chariot, I feel like this is more about mind control. Being the magician. Like, I think it and I'm there. It's funny, I just watched a movie last night. I think it was called Limitless, where they took a pill and it's like the whole brain became illuminated. But the problem was, like, they'd go through situations so fast that, there was no memories of it. Anyway, I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but I feel like, because that's kind of the opposite of what I'm feeling. The Chariot to me is about, I feel like divine, like carrying you through maybe the next chapter, right? Or maybe always. But this is really about the magician's energy. And there's no limit on where you can take the Chariot. That's, to me, an unlimited energy. Unlimited. Who knows? Right? Who knows? But again, the mind control of this energy, and then the Palace of Swords. I know some of you, it's in some type of communication. It's something you've created. Maybe it's even like, I want to say your baby. Maybe you call it your baby. I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Well, we have the Palace of Wands coming under the Empress. Well, it's a lot of fire under the Empress. And again, you know, the Empress is very balanced. Like, I really don't feel people can throw her off her rocker, you know? Like, she is sturdy. Why? Well, maybe she's seen it all, right? Like, I have seen that game before, and I'm not going to take that ride. You know, I know it. I know what I know what I know. That's what I always tell people, like, how do you know that? I just know what I know, what I know. That just means I trust. I trust what maybe I don't know that I say sometimes in tarot. I trust that it's coming from my guides. Anyway, this is a beautiful energy of enlightenment for the Empress. Boy, you know, and then think about the energy the spring is calling for. Aries, right? Aries, the beginning, the go-getter, you know, the boss type energy, the leader. And that's the energy we're being called into. You know, I already know through just the readings I've done for the month of April that this is the month of action. But I feel like you are the Empress. Who's ever here, I know that. You're the Empress, unless you're the other end of the Empress, right? You're here checking on this person. So anyway, and this Empress is being, you know, she's giving birth to something, and it's of a spiritual nature. And again, it is due to her experiences and the wisdom she has gained. And the reward that now comes in is the Chariot. And you know what? It keeps you in like that house of fire. And I love fire and water. Do you know? I don't know. Like, have you ever gone to, when I lived in Rhode Island, in Providence, they'd have, oh, what was it called? Oh, man. It wasn't River Dance. I forget what it was, but they would, you know, they would put these beautiful little fires that would float down the river. And they would have great music, and it was just such a, but it was such a, I tell you, it felt spiritual. And that fire was just traveling right down that water. Like it means something to someone. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is fast-moving energy. We have the Six of Pentacles. You know, I almost feel like this is you freely giving your advice. But your advice, and maybe that is what you do. Like, you know, I'm picturing you doing a podcast where, you know, in some way you're giving advice. And maybe you do because someone had given you advice, right? And now you're returning that energy. I feel like there's different things for different people. I have to tell you. You know, because for some of you, like, you know, if I've been wanting to write a book, or I'm writing a book, but I haven't been in it. I haven't trusted my own words. This is the time. So that may take you into more solitude, but, you know, I feel like you come alive when you find the flow. So solitude or not, it's good energy for you, right? It's maybe what's needed. Anyway. The Six of Pentacles is about compassion. It's the energy where I want to give. And it also is a reminder that you allow yourself to receive. You know, the Palace of Swords being right above that may talk about even epiphanies. Allow yourself to receive these ideas, these, you know, things that come to your mind. I have to tell you, I feel like this is a time to get a notebook and things come to your mind and you're like, why am I thinking that? Write it down. And I told one other sign that, it could have been Leo. I don't know. But it feels like it's plentiful, right? If I and it's interesting because I feel like what you receive you give, what you receive you give, and it turns into it's just a beautiful, balanced, loving type energy. I allow myself to receive it and then I give it. I receive it and I give it. It's something uniquely from you, right? So, almost like, let's say you're receiving these epiphanies and then you create it and then you give it to the world. Take note of that, because I often feel like, that's showing you how special you are. Like, you received this epiphany. And I feel like, many great inventions in the world could have started with an epiphany. Anyway, there's the High Priestess. Beautiful. This is your intuition. And no doubt your intuition is meant to be on fire. I'm not going to say just April. It may be for the year. It may be forever. I don't know. But I feel like your intuition, and it may be forever. Because I feel like when you get to this point of the Chariot and the High Priestess and the Strength card together, this is when you truly trust your intuition. And, like, you just don't even have doubt. You don't even put that energy on your shoulders, right? And you find that your life is running rather smoothly, right? I make no apologies for it, right? It's because I did this. It's because of that, maybe, change. All right, we have the Hangman. Dun, 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 dun. Well, the Hangman is seeking wisdom. This could be someone trying to seek out their next home. Your question may be, should I move? Should I not move? I'm not even sure if that's a question. It may be like where or when, that type of thing. Well, let's keep going. Look at this. We have the Four of Wands. That's a commitment. I feel like someone may have asked someone to move in with them, and it's like, well, you gotta put a ring on it first, right? Now, I shouldn't say that. Now, like, that may have happened, but really the Four of Wands talks about two people who truly want to commit to each other. But we have to see that the Hangman is right there, right? So that could talk about one person who is maybe unsure. Anyway, let's see what else we have. We have the Three of Wands. Look at that. That's looking at my future in a very optimistic way. Like, almost like I get it and now I flow with it. Remember, when you get fire, it's your desires, right? It's your passion. Or you're going to find that you're going to have a passionate time during this maybe next cycle. Maybe this year, maybe your life. I don't know. But it's the way that you look at it, too, I feel like. Because I feel like in the Three of Wands here, I totally get it. I get life, right? I'm starting to really get, like, there were lessons and what I have gained. And lately, I have to tell you, what I've been, like, picturing in my mind is seeing us when we were spirit together before we came to this earth. And, like, we were all friends. And the more advanced spirit would come back from Earth, and it's like you sit around a bonfire and they're telling their tales of their experiences, and who wants to come back and be like, well, I got nothing really to tell you. And you think about spirit, we're not thinking in the negative, we're thinking of always the higher. So I feel like through that energy it ignites us, maybe us who gather here now, right, who are part of the community here. I feel like, we got inspired by that and like, I want that experience too, because the tremendous growth Maybe we see it as a light. I don't know. But I've been feeling that a lot lately. All right, well, let's keep going. We have the Palace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Interesting, we have 3 different palaces. Cups, swords, and wands. Well, interesting. So I just wanted to see, okay, we know what's connected to all these palaces, but what about this one? So I picked it up, and we have the Emperor, which is interesting because we have the Empress, right? And this could talk about, you know, the palace. You haven't reached it yet, or you're just reaching it. And I just kind of love that the Empress is there, because I feel like the Empress, under this energy, I'm not in any way saying it has to be Aries, but what I'm saying is it is your match, right? It's your energetic match, and I feel like it is when you are enlightened, inspired, and the energy you put out, the pheromones. I remember reading, I couldn't remember that word, and a lot of you told me, you know, matches back. So I find that interesting, guys. Okay, I was gonna look at the bottom of this deck. Not time. Alright, I wasn't gonna take this many cards, I have to tell you. But clearly there is a story to be told. Interesting, because I'm looking at the Four of Wands, right? Which is about a committed relationship. You know, this is love, I feel like. And if we allow it, it can be of the highest nature. I mean, truly. It's passion. It's the type where, you know, you always want to have your hand somewhere around their body. You're watching TV, and it's like you have to have your hand on their knee. They have to have their hand. You're leaning against each other. It's that type of energy. And I'm noticing that this Four of Wands, above it is the Knight of Wands, and this is about what's coming in. This Knight is coming in. It's coming into this palace. And I kind of like that it's wands. Maybe that's, you know, where the passion's coming from. Anyways, where the Knight is coming from is the Six of Pentacles. So that's a beautiful energy. It's maybe someone you meet along the path as you yourself are creating this path for yourself, for you. We have the Knight of Cups. Some of you may be overcoming love, no doubt. You know, I mean, let's face it, happens so much. But it doesn't mean that it's over. I mean, it's over if you wanted it to be over. But let's you know, if this is something that's coming back to us, let's look at the energy. It is the Empress, and it is the Emperor. You know, it could just be the Queen, which is good, right? Or it could be, you know, the Knight, right? That type of thing. But it's not. It's the Emperor and the Empress. And they're connected by this Palace of Cups. So it just tells me that to get into this Four of Wands, what kind of energy? Well, first of all, maybe I won't accept less at the same time, right? So I knew I had to get myself to a certain point energy, because I don't want this lower, right? I'm tired of these little karmic lessons, or these little free will lessons that I keep creating type of thing. I'm tired of them. Put you at a crossroads. What are you going to do about it? You know, something just keeps repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating, and it's in the negative energy. In a negative energy, you have got to look at yourself, because sometimes, you know, and it doesn't mean that it's you creating all this energy over here. It may be that you're just taking it. That you're agreeing to their lower energy. Versus believing in yourself, right? Anyway. Okay. We have the Hierophant. Well, that's beautiful. First of all, it's card of Taurus. This is about your belief system. And, you know, with Grace over here, I kind of felt that some of you, you know, maybe you're feeling self-conscious about yourself or about what you do. And I feel like this is your confirmation that there is no need, right? This is a higher type energy. You know, this is your faith, your belief system, but it's your faith in yourself also. Remember that. And it's coming over the Empress. So I find that kind of beautiful. Well, look at this. We have Temperance. So Temperance is about divine timing, divine order. You know, Temperance, the universe is you know, they're mixing the ingredients right now. And we don't want it before it's time, right? So the Empress teaches us that, right? We want to give something its full term, right? But whatever it is you're giving birth to, it's coming, I'm telling you, it's just an enlightened energy. So what am I looking at? Temperance. You know, I feel like when you get Temperance, it says let go of control of it and just go with the flow, because you'll be at the right place at the right time, or the right opportunity will open at the right time. You know, if you're doing something you love but the opportunity has opened, I feel like don't give up. You know what I mean? Also, the card of Sagittarius, by the way. We have Justice. Interesting, we have 3 major arcanas in a row. Justice is the card of Libra. Coming over the Palace of Swords, for some of you, it could be a connection with Libra. We have Taurus, Sagittarius, and Libra in a row. Anyways, Justice is, you know, it could talk about if something's coming back. It can talk about, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's the injustices of the world, you know, and your viewpoint of it. Justice is about making you whole again, right? When justice shows up in your reading, it's for you. And it's coming over this Palace of Swords. So I have to tell you, again, I feel it's just trying to really get you to understand that your view, your point of view, if it's balanced, right? This is all balanced energy, is important, and you don't need to question it. We have, look at this, 10 of Pentacles, okay? And then we have the 6 of Swords. You know, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is a very abundant home. This could be a home where, you know, the most important thing was, what do we have? You know, did we base ourselves on what we had? You know, for some of you, this is about, I feel like you're leaving home. You left home, or you left the 10 of Pentacles in some fashion. And there's a reason why, because then you move into the 6 of Swords. First of all, it may have like stifled you, your, you know, your soul's desires, you know, these things that you know inside that you want to complete. So the 6 of Swords talks about where I've been, what I'm leaving, and I'm leaving a period, again, it's a 5, of toxicity. It doesn't, you know, and I shouldn't just say toxicity, it's just about what is not going to help build me, right? Build me as I should be. Then you're understanding that maybe they don't have, like, I don't want to say a place in your life, because I feel like, you know, if it's my family, I still love my family, but I don't have to live with my family, right? Maybe their opinions are driving me crazy, so I leave, but I still love them. That type of thing. For some of you, this can also talk about a person too, right? Like, you know, the toxicity that may have been, and I don't know, over the Strength card, this is both overcoming, I feel like, because the Knight of Cups, and he has to travel through this very enlightened, kind of tough energy, because 3 major arcanas in a row, right? Let's say if they were demands, well, you know, we'd have to be ready. So anyways, Six of Swords, I like seeing that. Not that I like seeing it's leaving the Ten of Pentacles, but I like that it's moving to calmer waters where it's, you know, where I feel like many times just where you're meant to be. You figure that out along the way. And then again, it's coming over the Palace of Wands. So it's illuminating you. You're moving forward. You're moving towards your desires. And it's funny because then I have this Knight of Wands. It's like they're kind of like coming at each other. Let me bring this down a little bit. Sorry about that. I thought I did. It's almost like they're coming at each other. Six of Swords seems to have like no awareness of it, but then the Knight of Wands is like, whoa. All right, we have the Magician. Well, so this is about manifesting your future, right? Temperance is almost like Temperance is saying, work with me in this energy. If you work with me, if you help co-create, almost like I can promise you that the outcome's going to be good. And we know that because we can kind of see the outcome. It's whether we find our way there or not, right? So, you know, here comes the Magician. Almost like it's just the timing seems strange to me. Like, just as you're you're moving away from toxicity, because I feel like in a way you're not ready for a relationship. Well, I shouldn't have said it that way. Well, just kind of said it for me. Here's the Nine of Cups. So this is, you know, taking a moment, enjoying your world, even if it's by yourself. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. You know, Nine of Cups is when you're feeling good. You know, I feel like this is really your natural energy. And it's coming with the Six of Pentacles under it again. And Justice above it, I don't know. And what's above that? The Palace of Swords. So again, it's like you're creating your own little world here, right? And you feel good. It feels good. You know, this Knight here, this Knight of Wands with the Magician over it, could also talk about the inspiration that's coming your way, right? To trust in it, right? And to help create it. It's interesting, like his tools of each path are being shown, right? And around them is the infinity sign, right? As above, so below. And all these tools, right? The Pentacles path, the Swords path, the Cups path, the Fire's path. Each tool is here, right? And above him, boom, he's enlightened. You know, and it's like your hands controlling it. Interesting. So I feel like this is your power. You know, Temperance is like, I'm just waiting for you to find it. And maybe it was hard to find it with certain energy around. So I like this. Right? Six of Swords, you're moving to calmer waters. Even if that's just in your mind, within those calmer waters, you find your energy and your ability to manifest. And you think, you know what? Let me try to use it for the... Let me see. You know, like test it, I feel like. Nine of Cups, it's a beautiful energy to manifest out of. And with the Six of Pentacles under that, a beautiful give and take. It may be why Justice is here. Saying, you know, we got to make you whole again. You know, I feel like after each journey, we have to take a moment. We have to reflect. We have to heal. And then we have to move on. Right? It's like then to the next journey. And then if we need to, right? Well, we should always reflect back at the 9, right? And then move on to the next. It doesn't mean everything in our life, right? But I feel like when we learn that energy, and I'm just seeing that 9 there, in the give and take of the Six of Pentacles, it's just a very beautiful type energy. All right, we have the Five of Wands. Okay, coming under that 10 of Pentacles. All right, so I feel like, again, the Five of Wands is just that sometimes endless argue. And it's the type of energy where it just feels like nobody can be right. Everybody needs to be right. Everybody's defenses are raised, that type of thing. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, that doesn't mean these people have to be bad, right? Because I feel like in the Five of Wands, if everybody would turn around and just be like, you know what, we're all arguing about the same thing. We're just seeing it with different perspectives. Let's put our perspectives together, right? This is the energy of, you know, we're much more like-minded than we think. So Five of Wands can be a reaction to how we react. But nonetheless, it's kind of telling us why maybe we're letting it go gracefully, right? And then we have the King of Cups. Interesting. Can be Cancer, another Cancer, Scorpio, a Pisces. Coming over the Hangman. We have the Seven of Swords. That's kind of a shame. And then we have the Moon. I don't know, guys. Like, I feel like there's some out there who it's almost like you knew someone who, you know, maybe you thought was your everything, and then they turned out to be someone who, you know, stole from you, stole your heart, stole your time, stole your thought, you know, whatever it is. You know, and it's interesting because this King of Cups, I feel like it's coming to the table with an open heart. Yet next to it is the Seven of Swords, and if I look up, I have the Magician. So perhaps something's coming towards you, or someone, and it kind of like puts you to the test. Put you to the test. Can you trust? You know, this doesn't necessarily mean it's happening. It means, you know, what's my part in creating? All of a sudden I see the Magician, like, am I creating any of this due to, you know, what was? Anyway, because I feel like if someone or something comes towards you in a way, you then wonder if you can trust it. And it's telling us why. First of all, it's Pisces energy in the moon, but it's also, Cancer is ruled by the moon. And this can cast shadows. Shadows of doubt, no doubt. And doubt over what? Over your future. Three of Wands, over the way I look at it. So, it's interesting. You know, you can leave like some shit behind, but some shit still follows you. You know what I mean? And that may be something that, you know, that we each individually have to deal with and overcome. First of all, Strength card is your first card here. I don't know. I think I'm going to look a little deeper here. I think what I want to do, well, we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so I was looking at the Six of Swords and the and the Magician. Two of Pentacles is making a choice, right? But it's very grounded energy. And by the way, it's interesting because it's interesting. Here's a ship coming in for this person at the rock, Two of Pentacles, waiting, making a decision, right? Here's you in a ship heading towards calmer waters, right? Here's the Magician almost like it's being manifested. Maybe neither one knows, but some reason I feel like this person knows to be standing on the rock. And the Hierophant above that just feels like, and it feels like this person, the person on the rock, is just being enlightened to be somewhere, right? And this person in the boat of Six of Swords really doesn't have awareness of this coming about. But boom, there it is. Now, this may sound crazy to some of you, but all of a sudden, it just popped out to me. You know, first of all, I like that it's the Two of Pentacles. This talks about something that, this talks about your physical world. And this is a very grounded type energy, right? Both his feet are on the ground, his, you know, his stance is sturdy. Both pentacles illuminated. I feel like, you know, I feel like this person on the rock is following guidance. Interesting. And then you have Temperance on the other side of that. Huh. Divine timing. Guys, like, I don't know why I was called to this rock, but I feel it. Let's not forget, like, the illumination over your intuition, their intuition. Well, you know, if it's, let's say, the Emperor, the matching, I don't want to say part, the counterpart. Okay, what do I want to look at? You know, that doesn't mean you accept it, right? It doesn't mean you accept it. Maybe I planned on living on my own for a while. Things can happen at really unexpected times. What else do I want to look at? Let's look at this King of Cups, who's kind of attached to this energy. Let's look at him. And he's coming over the Hangman. How is he involved here? Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Well, I mean, interesting, right? How I was seeing this Two of Pentacles up here. This person standing on the rock, right? He's holding two pentacles. Well, maybe one of those pentacles is you. You know, wow, this just feels like, you know, guidance that I should just flow in. Maybe it's something that happens before, you know, it's like, it's not really what I was planning. But nonetheless, here it is. You know, look at this. Ace of Pentacles coming in. Hangman. It could talk about, you know, there's some things or some people that you needed to cut away. So you yourself could rise to the energy of the Empress, right? You had to believe in yourself, believe in your faith. But listen, boy, do I feel like this is a time to follow your gut, especially if you're looking for, listen, this person, I feel like they just don't know why they're there. I don't know. Should I look a little deeper? I mean, here is the Ace with the King of Cups, right? Next to the Four of Wands. This may be someone. I kind of just want to take a few cards over on this side. You know, justice would tell you that something tough, difficult has happened. You know, something maybe felt injustice, what have you, right? It happened. But this is not about then. This is about now, right? This is about making you whole again and understanding that those experiences, you know, sometimes what we call a mistake is an experience. There was a lot that... let's put it this way, could be brought back to the bonfire when you leave this world and will ignite many others. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. We have a lot. I'm going to take them. Okay. You know, it's interesting because some of them are... The Seven of Pentacles was in reverse. And I was like, should I leave it in reverse? But it was in reverse. And I feel like it did put itself in reverse. So that doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't change the fact that something was meant to be. It doesn't change the fact. You know, Seven of Pentacles is also about patience. So is Temperance. Both talk about patience. Allowing your seed, right? This is a tree. You look at it, and it's got your seeds all over it. Your seeds of intention. Even if we talk about your spirit being, right? There's certain seeds that you put in place. You don't know it, right? You're born with amnesia, so you don't know it. But, you know, maybe in a way, it's like, I don't know. Anyway. You know, and it's coming over the Nine of Cups. Well, maybe I'm just not ready at this moment. I feel like even though there's a lot of fire in this reading, now there's more pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles, again, I feel like, you know, if this is something you need to take your time in, you take your time. Take your time. I don't think this person or even what you're creating will mind. Don't become stagnant. We have the Four of Swords. Interesting. So this is almost refusing the healing. Interesting. We have the Six of Cups. I feel like that's the Emperor. Well, there is the Emperor, also in reverse. So interesting that these came in reverse. Here is the counterpart, right? Six of Cups tells me in some way, you know, first of all, it talks about happy memories, happy times. But at the same time, Four of Swords is here. And it's in reverse, and so is the Seven of Pentacles. You know what? This may just take you a moment to figure out whether this is for you or not. Let's see what else we have. Well, we have the Ace of Wands. You know, here's this ace, which is fire, coming over the moon, which kind of lights your way, even if there's shadow, right? I got my wand. King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Devil, Capricorn. And here's the Six of Pentacles again. You know, it's interesting because I feel like it's talking about what you can do in this world due to what you've experienced and overcome. Know when change is due, right? Have these self-awarenesses, and you move into this Empress energy, this very creative again. And I feel like she has given birth, right? So Temperance is right next to that. I can see it, especially of an idea. And maybe you've already moved into it with the Three of Pentacles, right? Temperance maybe is controlling how quickly something happens, right? But it's divine energy over what it is you're creating. So I love that. But then I have the Ten of Pentacles, and you know, I have the Chariot though, and I feel like it's a reward. So you know, it is what it is, right? I feel like some of you had to leave this Ten of Pentacles. And you do. You left the toxicity behind. You left what wasn't serving you, what you couldn't live within anymore. And it's certainly connected to the Hierophant. So that is your belief system. That is your faith. Right? So you believe in yourself. You start moving with your intuitive actions. You know it's time to separate that from this, right? And therefore you do. And I feel like as you're moving to this calmer water, boom, here's this rock. Almost like this person's just standing on a rock. And here comes your ship. Now, with this ship, we have also the Magician, right? We have Temperance. Holy cow. We have the Hierophant. I mean, we have Justice. We have, like, such divine energy, right? We have the Strength card. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Here it is. So I feel like your ship comes in and something or someone comes to you. Like, my plan was to spend a little time alone. Just gonna spend some time alone. I don't want to be with anyone. I don't want to do. I don't know. But you're in a happy state here. However, I feel like your plans change. Like, you have no control over it. Temperance is controlling it, by the way. So anyways, this is so something comes in. Someone comes in. I do feel like you don't trust it right away. And, here is the Emperor. Here he is. But what's connected to him is the Six of Pentacles. We already have the Six of Pentacles right here. So I definitely feel in this, with the Empress and the Emperor, I feel like this is trustworthy. This could also talk about you, two people who will end up really working together. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. It seems like I was gone for just a second, but gone for a couple minutes. So anyway, when I look at this end block here, Seven of Pentacles is here. It's in reverse. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It is what it is, kind of thing. The pentacle is what it is, and you can ignore it, not water it, that type of thing. I feel like the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, I do feel a healing over him. Because I feel like he is then attached to the Six of Pentacles energy. And some of you may be wondering if someone has overcome something. If they've overcome something. But I feel like that may just be a few. But here's the bottom line, is I feel like these two energies, I feel like eventually, if they choose, I feel like you could create together. You may do something together. And what is it based on? It's based on your life's path, about all the different experiences. It's funny, because I find my experiences come up a lot in a reading. You know what I mean? That normally just wouldn't come up. But I do feel like, you're questioning. So there's some questioning. And I feel like there's no problem with that. It just means take your time. Take your time. And by the way, if you say no, this is type of energy. I feel like, because the Four of Wands is here, the Ace of Pentacles, because I feel like this person is at this rock, and I don't even know why, but it is at the right time, at the right place. It's divine timing, no doubt. Maybe someone is set free, and then they're just following their intuition. I feel like if it's two people both following their intuition, it's just taking them, right? They're in two different paths. But here I am at the rock, and here comes my ship. Boom. So, here is the Ace. And I think I should just leave it there. The rest of it, I feel like, is just taking your time, overcoming each element, creatively. Wow. And this could just talk about someone that you end up creatively with. Some of you could be moving you from the Empress to the Emperor, Not that I see any difference in them. Like, you know, but I'm feeling like I was vice president and now I'm president. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'm going to read what Mother Mary wants us to know through grace. Beautiful name. My granddaughter's name is Faith. You received this card because Mother Mary sees your graceful beauty, and she wants to help you see this in yourself too. This is a message about increasing your self-confidence and some of self-worth. As you feel better about yourself, your actions will shift in positive ways, which will create a healthier climate for you and your loved ones. Today, envision how Mother Mary would handle each situation you face. Emulate her composure as you gracefully embrace everything that comes your way. Your grace will naturally include it's funny when I get stuck on a word, I'm stuck. Your grace will naturally, why can't I say that? The Magician. I don't know why. Sorry, guys. That draws wonderful people and experiences to you. Magnetism. That's so weird when it's like I see it and it's like I cannot say it. So, as you can see, right there, it's talking about the flow, right? Going with the flow. Going in, going in that Six of Swords energy and flowing, and just watch what comes your way. You may not get it, but I have to tell you, there's a lot of divine energy here that can be talking about your whole spiritual team, your spirit guides, your angel team, all that, your archangel, all that, your guardian angel. You get all these divine creatures overlooking you and helping you, and remember that. Ask for it, and you will be enlightened, right? So, Ace of Pentacles. Dun 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 dun. What are you going to do with it? Well, I have to tell you, the Ace of Wands does follow that. So it does tell me this is something that ignites you. And I'm going to leave it there. And by the way, we have the Palace Cups on the bottom of the deck. So that's all about love. That's a happy home. This is no way giving up what you're meant to create. And I want those who are here because you're creating something, I want you to really hear that part of the message. Because I feel like you're being guided. And I don't know. I feel like it's special. I feel like it's all special, but, I feel like I can't let the love overcome the message of also those who are creating, because I feel like as you create, this is probably when this energy starts to come in, right? Because you're putting a certain energy out, it's coming back, right? Right, it's the Six of Pentacles. Give and receive. Give, it can be a receive and give. Receive or give and receive, whatever it is. Because you're living in the house of communication. Anyway, gonna leave it there. I love you guys. I feel like I have not done your reading in a very long time, though I do it every month. So I feel like yours is a little bit extra long. I know many won't stay till the end, and that's okay. But I think it's a shame because I feel like many times it's like our answers are at the end. But that's okay. Anyway, I don't know. I just think it speaks for itself. So I welcome your comments, all of them. I love being enlightened to the reading through your comments. Thank you for everything you do, your donations, your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone who's new. I know that the reading is going to relate to some very strongly, and some of you may have to come back because you may be still in a certain type of energy. So sometimes when we're in an energy, we can't really see the light yet, but yet it's there. It's there, but it takes some type of human action, right? Some type of human action. So anyways, I love you guys. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.